I have good news and bad news. The good news is that I graduated last week. I'm gonna edit that in post. And the bad news is that I still have to go to school again in August. Law school. Which is 5 times harder than college, if you're an idiot like me. And I signed up for that. Because I'm an idiot.
Students Night sa Overused, best! Yes! TBT!
Tinggal naman.
Huwag na!
Kikulaw pa, kikulaw.
My transition from being a regular student to being a senior graduating student to not being a student anymore was actually a blur. Like, it happened way too fast and way too quietly for me to notice that it was happening. Every semester usually takes 5 months, and in my school, if you're a graduating senior, you take your final exams 3-4 weeks earlier than the rest of all the other years. So us seniors, we had 4 months of regular programming, studying, but mostly not studying, being burnt out, not knowing what to do with your life anymore because you're too sad to study and you don't see the purpose of it anymore. And then all of a sudden, final seasons. And our final season took 5 days, I think. It didn't even seem like a big deal, even though it was, because that was our last batch of exams as college students, which would define if you would graduate or not. But it happened way too quickly for me to notice how big of a deal it was. Very interestingly, my class took our last ever exam as college students in the very same room that we were assigned to in freshman year, room 103. It was an endearing coincidence, and it was a beautiful poetic ending that tied our college life together as it was ending. So the last few weeks of May, after exams, we found ourselves doing graduation rituals because we were graduating. And then we graduated until we graduated. Uh-huh. 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 What's next? Some graduation rituals including had a disorganized graduation practice only once with 1,303 graduates, and it only took 30 minutes. And then when graduation came, spoiler alert, we were all confused. Attended our baccalaureate mass. I don't know how to say it, more so spell it, so let's just call it back mass. And then we would have rituals where, we would declare our graduation, and then we had a pyro musical. And this year's pyro musical theme was Queen / Avengers Endgame. I don't know how, but they managed to work it out. We literally ended our college lives with a bang. Joking aside, Queen is actually like the best theme I could ever ask for in back mass, especially with, the music playing to fireworks. And for some reason when the pyro musical was happening, in the sea of candles, I felt connected with them. Every single one of us who were there worked hard to get there. And, we were reaping the fruits of our labor, as corny as it sounds, and we were all enjoying it together in that one moment. We didn't know each other, but we all were connected because we were graduating. And also, because Queen was playing, and everyone knows Queen. I was hugging my best friend as we were looking up at the sky, admiring how our tuition money was exploding up there. But it was okay because it was colorful and beautiful and cathartic. And also, when that was happening, it felt like I was watching a Queen concert. Meaning to say, Freddie Mercury's voice and Queen music in general was as eccentric as 8 minutes of fireworks. Possibly even more. It was also great. I wish you guys saw it. And in the weeks that this was all happening, I was racking my brain for whatever amount of brain cells are left in it, possibly 3 or less, because I needed them for my entrance exams to different universities. And then the big day came. Graduation. Graduation was nearly 2 hours of waiting in heat and sweat and, feeling your makeup slowly melt away, and another 5 hours sitting in a stadium with 1,000 other graduates waiting for those 5 seconds where you walk on the stage as your name is called. Was he a priest? Regent? Reverend? Wizard? I do remember distinctly he told me, as I was shaking his hand, he said, "Magpakabait ka ha?" Okay. And I was like, okay, Father, I'll be good. Alright. Felt really special. And then I found out that he actually said that to everybody. Again, I'm a little bummed that, I'm not special, and that he didn't just say that to me, but he said it to everyone else. But I'm more bummed and concerned that he did that for 4 hours straight. No rest at all, saying that to 1,303 students. I don't know what to tell you, man, except good job. And also, I respect you, Father. Daddy. So again, graduation was basically like 5 hours of sitting around waiting for your name to be called. And when your name is called in the 5 seconds that it happens, you're officially declared unemployed. So, what did we learn from all of that? I look back at who I used to be when I first entered university. I didn't talk to anyone. I was too shy to even try. I didn't speak the language very well. I had a weird accent. At first, I was scared, but I was also excited. But I was also anxious to talk to other people. Now that I've graduated and I went through all those years, I can safely say that now I'm still scared, I'm still excited, and I'm still anxious to talk to people. What's new, however, is that I've learned to speak the language like the locals do. I can disguise myself as a fake Manilena, and I've learned to adjust my accent now, so 3-4 years is not a short time. And I spent that time expanding my thresholds and tried to figure out who I was. I still don't know who I am now, but I will tell you the parts that I am sure of. Number 1, I have amazing friends. Those I met from inside the 4 corners of the classroom and outside of it. ISEC was a big part of my college life, even when I was a late bloomer and I only joined in my junior year. But that time was enough for me to test who I was in situations I've never been in. I got myself into all crazy and professional scenarios and learned so much that I couldn't learn from books alone. I met and connected with special people in my 4 years, and I take our connections to heart. I know things won't be the same anymore, so I cherish the moments that we spent together. As corny as it sounds. Number 2, it is possible to try at things and still be afraid. I know there's no greater feeling than to work hard and give everything to one thing and succeed in the end. But I know the despair that comes when you fail. I'm always going to be afraid. I'm afraid that law school isn't for me, and that I'm going to break one day and I'm going to drop out, and I'm not going to live long enough to see myself succeed in anything. But a few years ago, I was also afraid of my first ever law professor. Intro to law, I remember. A few years ago, I was afraid to go to school because of my anxiety. I was afraid of a failing grade, among many other things that I was afraid of. But I muddled through, and I learned that you never really see the end of anything if you don't muddle through. And I know it sounds preachy for me to say I'm only 20 years old. I'm not the first person to graduate ever, but if there is one thing that I'm allowed to say, it would be this. I learned that the best way out of anything is through. And I understand that it is the hardest, most taxing thing anyone could ever do. And the saddest part is you're always gonna do it. At the end, I'm always gonna try still. Whatever the outcome is. Because I just want to see what's in the light at the end of the tunnel. And number 3, always ask where the bathroom is. Because you don't want to find yourself in a bathroom and get weird looks from middle-aged ladies who I think were professors, and then get called off by the janitor and tell you that this is a faculty bathroom. No students are allowed in here. Never come here again. So you don't want to find yourself in that situation. You know what? Always ask questions. Maybe that should have been the tip. I also remember when I was a freshman and I asked a security guard where car park was. And he laughed at me. And he asked me if I was a freshman. And I said, yes, of course. And he said, it's over there. So yeah, car park was next to me. Big whoop, sir. So many instances I asked people stupid questions. And they would either laugh at me or judge me. That's fine, because it builds confidence. And yet, here I am now. I am no longer ashamed or scared to ask strangers for help to give me directions on how to park. Go be an idiot, my guy. I don't want to be alone. All said and done, congratulations, class of 2019. I still remember when we were looking forward for this moment to come, and we thought that this moment was too far away to even be real. And now, we're a week past that moment already. For me, for you, for all who graduated, and for all my non-existent viewers in this vlog, good luck.
Ooh.